Hi, I'm Mishti Max, and I'm here to share this Las Vegas showgirl-inspired micro hat that I constructed for the Tom Jones gig. I wanted to go for a Vegas showgirl theme for the look, and those sassy ladies are always sporting giant feather headdresses, so I thought I would concoct a more wearable version to match my makeup and the shiny rhinestone additions. If you want to check out the makeup I created to match this hat, I have my Get Ready With Me makeup tutorial linked in the card and the description box. I was searching around the internet for distributors of feathers, and I found this website, feather.com.au, who are local and had an awesome array of colors and different types of feathers. They sell millinery and craft supplies and many types of feathers, so you can create your own masterpiece. And they also have some finished fascinators and headgear as well. And no, this video was not sponsored. I just had a lot of fun playing with the stuff and was really happy with the fast express shipping that got my items here in time. I bought a buttload of different feathers, including arrowheads, some goose pointers and trims, but ended up only using the ostrich feathers, which are just so beautiful, graceful and fluffy. These particular ones are the 11 to 13 inch drab type feathers. I laid out the feathers to visualize my headdress design, so I have an idea of the finished look, so I vaguely know what I'm doing. I'm going pretty much freeform, but I thought I should still have some sort of plan. To prepare, I cut off the quill shaft bit on the bottom of the ostrich feathers, and I also plugged in the glue gun to start it heating up. I started with the micro hat, which is the base of my headdress, and I'll be using these alligator clips to attach it to my hair so it won't fall off my noggin. The brim of the micro hat was curved, so I carefully bent the alligator clips to match the curvature for good contact against the surface. Then I picked up the glue gun and placed 2 dots to measure the length of the clip before squeezing out a generous amount of glue in a line along there and carefully pressing the alligator clip on top of the hot glue, avoiding any direct contact and pressing it down to make sure it's completely adhered, using another alligator clip as insulation between my fingers and the glue. I added a line of glue along the outer edge to make sure it's really stuck down, and went on to line up the other clip and repeat the process. Make sure you don't get any glue on the inside of the clip mechanism, otherwise it won't work as designed. Then I move on to the fun stuff. I'm running a line of hot glue towards the crown of the hat, slightly at an angle, where I want to place my first feather, and I laid down the shaft of one of the purple medium-sized 11 to 13 inch drab type ostrich feathers over the glue. I added a glob of glue at the base of the feather to make sure it's secure. I went in at a slight angle with the next one to make a V with the first feather. To build up on this purple background, I lifted up the downy barbs to lay the following 2 ostrich feathers either side of the V. Now here's the disclaimer. Be very careful when working with the hot glue gun, and get help if you need it. From years of playing bass guitar, my fingertips are desensitized and don't burn very easily, but I seriously don't suggest you get this close to the glue. I arranged the purple feathers, and for the centerpiece, I brought out the cerise ostrich feather that I left the quill on, and I stuck it right in the middle, and used a spag alligator clip to press it into the hot glue. This color of feather is way more awesome than the hot pink, but I would call it hot pink anyway. For a gradient at the sides and to give some shape, I placed 2 4 to 6 inch ostrich drab feathers intersecting with the point of the hot pink feather. To disguise the base of the feathers where it's kinda messy, I squiggled a bunch of glue on the rim of the hat and then poured a bunch of these purple diamonds over the top, carefully pushing them down to embed them in the glue, and spilled off any that weren't adhered. I had some excess glue on the brim of the hat, and I tried to pick it off, but I realized that adding more sparkly bits would cover that up and actually look more awesome. So I drew a line of glue across the brim. I wiped off the tip of the hot glue gun on this piece of cardboard I have off to the side, so my shapes wouldn't get too messy, and placed these 3mm hot pink flat back rhinestones from eBay in a line radiating from the center piece, using my Scrap Perfect Embelly Jelly to pick them up. And I created a gradient pattern, fanning out from the middle, adding as many stones as I thought looked cool. And when I was done, I had a fun and unique accessory, which I really enjoyed creating, that perfectly matches my makeup. It only took me 20 or so minutes, including the planning and figuring out my design, and making it was pretty easy, considering this is the first time I've ever used a glue gun. I'm really happy with how my piece turned out, and although it's not perfect, it's really cool and certainly makes a statement. I'm a big fan of micro hats, and I bought a red and black one which I love and I wore to the Yngwie Malmsteen gig, and that tutorial is linked in the usual places. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this glue gun and feather fun DIY tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos. Also check out my band and podcast on iTunes. And if you want to send me a letter or something, I have my PO box in the description box.